Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk. Thinking right in my living room where I do what I do for you in the wee hours of the morning. Excuse me. All right, you know the deal. Right isn't 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message in the story. These are life lessons I'm giving. I see you tuning in. I love it. Let's do it. Right Thinker's mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right Thinker's way of life, and right thinking is a way of life through mental and spiritual disciplines daily that will help and guide you to attain your goal of obtaining spiritual enlightenment because of work that you put in, aka know thyself. That's the mission. I'm on it. All right. Now the question. You should have the answer. Everybody's got their own answer. Let's go. Know thyself. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. I can teach them. Tune in. That's why I do what I do. It's for you. I got you. A person who knows not and believe that they know, dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows not that they know, is asleep. I can awaken them spiritually with knowledge of self. I'm the spiritual alarm clock. I'm here to wake you up. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons, they reside in you. Right thinker, know thyself. And to Maya, be true. That's balance in your life, and you got to have that if you're living right. Let's do this. Today, talking about living right. Now, we're going to talk about show and teach, not teach and show. A lot of us do a lot of talking, but not a lot of showing. So let me break that down for you. See if I fit that bill. All right. The title is Show and Teach, not Teach and Show. Let's go. As a master teacher of life lessons, I have to show how right living is done. By what? Doing it. Leave that one there. Every day. I want to earn, I want you to earn your respect for how you live, not just how you teach. I want to be respected for the person I am and for the lessons that I give, which is important. But more important, the lessons are insignificant if what I'm doing don't match the lesson. See where I'm going with this? Okay, let's go. Now, I'll teach you life lessons, but I also show you what they look like as I'm telling you. Why? Because if I'm showing you and telling you, it has a more of an impact. You know what I'm saying? More significance. Why? Because I'm showing you what it looks like. I'm not just telling you, oh, do this, do that. Are you doing it? Well, don't worry about me. No, no. Yeah, worry about me. Why? Because I'm going to do what I tell you to do. That's what it's all about. That's why I do what I do. It's for you. So you can see. Yeah, I can do it. So can you. Remember Punchinella? You can do it too. All right. I learned more from my teachers who showed me what teaching was really about. Not teaching so much, but showing. I'm old school. I want to see. We all want to see. We like to hear, and hearing is the first lesson to learning. But if you see the person who's telling you what you're hearing, it's a better visual. Television is telling lies of your vision. But a person who's telling you the truth, they will tell you what you need to know, and no more, no less. That's all I got for you. If you show, teaching becomes more effective and a lot easier. As a parent, we teach us. So if we tell our children, don't do this, and we doing that, really? Oh, I teach, I'm a parent. I tell them what to do. I don't like to show them. They're looking at you. They see you. Well, did bit. All right, here you go, parents. Remember that, young people. If you think that child, that little infant, all he doing is observing, observing, observing. For the first 7 years, all they do is take in. So Be careful what you write on that slate of your children. I told my son, I know my son for the first 7 years, I wanted to be so effective in his life that I would be part of his life for the rest of his life. That's what parenting is. Get back, come back. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. All right, here you go. The reason why my students grasp my concepts better, why? Because I show them, I make it easy for them to understand it. That's why. I will never ask of my students something that I don't or wouldn't do myself. I teach by what? Using me as the prime example. It's simple as that. I can use other people for examples for certain things, but as a teacher, I'm using me as a prime example. I live this. I am this. I embody this. I'm sorry. That's how serious I am about what it is I do. Okay? Right thinking, philosophy is my life. That's what I have mastered. I've come to realize who I am, and all the time it took me to do that manifests into who I am now. And I'm loving the fact that I can express that to people who want what I have. Where we are now? Okay, you go. Okay. I say it. What you say or teach or preach don't match what you do. Don't listen to them. If you're saying this, and I'm adamant about that, if you're saying this and professing this and you're doing this, it's useless. Why? Because you ain't doing what you're saying. Simple. You got to work for them too. All right. Moving on. If you're teaching and not showing, it's harder to teach. Why? Because they're looking, and if what you're teaching ain't matching what you're doing, there's going to be a problem. And it should be. If you teaching and not following the teaching, you should have no followers. You should have no students. Students should say, man, I ain't following that. Walk out. I'm sorry. Boycott, whatever, but hold them accountable. But you can't see that. Because as a teacher, it's job to get paid to teach. So yeah. But if you ain't move back in here. All right, here you go. If you just a teacher, again, and you don't show you live what you teach, you're not a good teacher. They're not going to follow your teachings. If you're a leader and you saying this, every time you say it on the post, you saying all that good stuff, but you ain't doing none of it. Stop following them. Teachers who don't show and teach won't be good teachers and they won't have good students. It's simple as that. It happens. Come on, I ain't got time for that, but that's just what I'm saying. It's hard to teach people things you don't do yourself. That go for parenting, that go for anything. Now, if you're teaching life lessons, you should know real life lessons, not a bunch of fictitious nonsense that don't do nobody no good because you have premonitions, you have no, that nonsense don't mean nothing to nobody but you. I say, if you're not living it or have mastered it, don't teach it. Why? Because you don't know it. When what you teach and what you live don't match, there's a problem. Personally, that's how I feel. Remember, okay. Now, a master teacher, a master right thinker, not just I'm a master right thinker, not just a tape or in class type of dude. No, what you see is what it is. That's real. P Funk keeps it real. I ain't got to do that. All right, here you go. Why? I walk right thinking. I talk right thinking. I live right thinking. And those are three things that if you're doing it, if you ain't doing those things, you ain't doing it. Right? All right, here you go. I am what I teach. I live my best life because of my teachers. I'm manifesting through my teachings. I'm serious about my right thinking philosophy teaching. Yeah, I guess you can see that. Why? Because it can help anybody who practices it just like I do. That's why. All right. If you want to learn what right thinking philosophy is about, just follow me. I'll teach you and show you as we go. Okay? Simple. And anything you want to know, ask me. If it's pertaining to right thinking, I'm the one who knows. Nobody else. Call me selfish. I'm not sharing the secret. Colonel didn't share the secret. So, right thinking, this is it. I got it all. Come on and get it. I share it. Come on. Here you go. The last one. I preach you to tune and I'm having fun. I see you see that. You can see that. Here you go. Teaching and not living and showing what you teach, that won't, excuse me, they won't learn from you. They can't learn nothing from you if you're not showing them. You can tell them. They'll listen for a minute, for a while, maybe. But if you're not showing them, it's a no go. Let's go. I see a lot of teachers and preachers teaching and preaching, but not living what they teach and preaching. That's my issue. But my issue is not with them. It's the ones who follow them and give them a platform to do that nonsense, and then you complain. I'm only keeping it real. I ain't here to discredit nobody. I just got concepts and viewpoints that's contradictory to some of the stuff. That's all. But it's still real. If you got somebody that's not doing what they say, leave them alone. Simple. Yeah, I adamant about that. I'm listening, excuse me, and I listen to pretty much anyone. Why? But I'm not ignorant of the truth. Excuse me. No. Yeah, I pretty much listen to anyone. Why? Because I have common sense, knowledge of self, and I can discern what you're saying to be right or wrong. I already have my philosophical points of view, so I listen to yours, but I have my own, so it's okay. But if you don't subscribe or agree to mine, that don't make them wrong, and vice versa. Understand that? That's respect. If you're teaching or preaching God and not living it, stop. Teachers and preachers are leaders. If your students are not growing, you're not planting giving them the right nourishment to grow spiritually. That means your knowledge is not increasing them as better. So my spiritual knowledge always flows. It grows. I teach things that you can grow with. If you're not doing that, stop. Why? No, don't stop. Keep going. But when nobody following, and then you had to stop anyway. All right, let me wrap this up. I get a little annoyed about them fake and bad preachers, perpetrators. All right, here you go. We know about them. If I didn't show that right thinking philosophy works by what? Living it, it would not have spiritual growth and right thinkers doing, living, and being better because of it. So I appreciate you who's doing that. I got more for you. You know how we do. Thank you. Enjoy the weekend.